Hey guys, 22 Plinkster here. Finally, the Bergara B14 Trainer 22 LR has made it onto my channel. You guys see a lot of high-end guns on my channel when it comes to rimfire, and you see a lot of mid-range and a lot of lower-end guns. I try to review everything. It just all depends when certain firearms come out is when you're going to see a lot of high-end or a lot of low-end together or a lot of mid-level guns. But this is the Bergara B14 Trainer 22 LR. Now, you've seen another rifle on my channel that looks very similar to this, and I'm going to probably say this name 100 times on this video, and that name is Voodoo, okay? I've done a video on the Voodoo. Go check out that video if you haven't watched it, but this is probably the closest Trainer 22 LR to a Voodoo that is on the market. It's almost identical to some extent, okay? Now, it does take the really large magazines here. Okay. Get a lot of questions on the Voodoo about the large magazines. Okay, this is a 10-round magazine. There's like, why in the world is the magazine so big? Well, the reason why it's so big, this is a trainer rifle. This is based on a Remington 700 platform, okay? So if you have a short-action Remington 308, and that is your long-range gun, whether, you know, shooting competition or just plinking in the backyard, and you want a trainer rifle, any Remington 700 short-action stock will fit this rifle, okay? Remington 700 aftermarket trigger will fit this rifle. Remington 700s aren't sold with little bitty mag wells. They're sold with regular mag wells. They're never intended to be put on a 22 LR platform. But that's why the magazines are so big. So let's go over some of the details on the B14. All right, so the barrel is 18 inches long, threaded 1/2 by 28, okay? So it can, you can mount your suppressor on the end of it. Now the action is pretty smooth, okay? It is very similar to a CZ, okay? If you've ever fired a CZ bolt gun, the action is very similar to that, okay? Your safety is right here on the right-hand side, right above the trigger. The trigger breaks at about 2.5 pounds. The trigger is very, very nice. And again, you can replace this trigger with any aftermarket Remington 700 trigger that you would like. The stock is amazing. I really, really like this stock. So you can not only increase the height of your cheek rest, but also your pull. I'm a tall guy. I'm 6'6", 215, 220 pounds, and I like a little bit longer length of pull. So it comes with some spacers here, and this cheek rest is perfect. This rifle is very accurate, okay? Anytime that you can find a 22 LR that will shoot sub MOA, okay, under an inch group, you keep it. No matter if that rifle costs, you know, $200, that rifle costs $1,500. A lot of rifles out there that are on the market, rimfire rifles, they will only shoot, you know, inch and 1/4 on good days. Higher end guns such as this Bergara B14 will shoot sub MOA all day long. Let's talk about the optic just for a second, because you guys will ask a lot of questions. If you've seen my Voodoo video, this is an Element Nexus, okay? On the Voodoo, I had an MRAD or mil reticle in there. This one is MOA. And I wanted to try the MOA compared to the MRAD. The reticle design is exactly the same as on my Voodoo, but I wanted to try the MOA out for a little bit. This is a very good scope, guys. I cannot emphasize how good of a scope this is. If you've watched a lot of other YouTube channels that do precision shooting that have the Element scope on there, they will tell you the exact same thing. The tracking, the turrets on this setup are spot on. Very rarely do you get a scope and you track it and it tracks true and goes back to each spot that you had set before, but this one will do it. I also have the Wheeler rings on here. The only reason why I put the Wheeler rings on here, well, there's a couple reasons. One reason that they're really good rings. The second is they have a level on the side of it. So it will tell me if I am level on this rifle. On the Voodoo, I had a level on the rear, right here behind the safety, so I could look down and see if the rifle was level. On here, I had to use the Wheeler to give me a level. But this setup is definitely a tack driver. Enough talking about it. I've got a target downrange at 100 yards. I'm gonna try 3 different kinds of ammunition and just show you guys what this rifle is capable of doing. All right, now that I jabbed a little bit about the Bergara B14 rifle, I've got targets set up downrange. I am using some SK match ammunition, and let's shoot some 5-shot groups just to see what this rifle is capable of doing. No, I'm not using my glasses because it's pretty dark here in the woods. So 99.9% of the time I am wearing glasses to shoot, but I cannot see through this optic and a little bitty dot on that piece of paper with glasses on. So, all right, here we go. Now we are going for groups here, okay, not bullseye. All right, that's not horribly bad. I think this rifle can do a little bit better than that. That's less than an inch. So I've got 5 more in here. Let's move to another target. All right, it's not bad. That's under an inch too. Got a slight breeze from right to left, but it's only probably about 3 miles an hour. All right, now that we saw what the SK Match can do, I'm gonna try some Ely 10X and see if we can get a little bit better groups. I just acclimated the barrel to the Ely, and I'm gonna shoot a 5-shot group and see if this does a little bit better. SK is not bad, but this Ely is really, really good stuff. Again, we're not going for center of bullseye, guys. We're going for groups. I feel like a broken record saying that in each and every video, but a lot of people are like, oh, you're missing the bullseye. No, going for groups. I can always adjust the scope. It's pretty good indeed. I just reacclimated my barrel once again. I've got some CCI standard. A lot of you guys want to see what just plain Jane standard ammunition will do out of a match rifle such as the Bergara here. This is fine for backyard shooting, but it's not really great for shooting really small groups. If you just want to get some trigger time, perfect ammunition for that. All right. This ammo should shoot about 1 inch to 1.25 inches. Should. But it's not designed to be match ammo. Look, my final thoughts on the Bergara B14 trainer. Now, I have been shooting this rifle for a couple of months, okay? I've delayed posting a video on it because I wanted to give you guys a good, clear, and present opinion on this particular setup. Now, the first group that I shot was the SK. It shot 0.780, so basically about a 3/4 of an inch. The second group was 0.774, basically 3/4 of a inch group. And the Ely shot a 0.574, so a little bit above a 1/2 inch group. And the CCI, no surprise there, it's not matching ammunition. It is just backyard plinking, good, reliable ammunition. And I shot about 1.25 inches, 1.29. Now this setup is an amazing setup. Off camera, okay, going through different paces and different ammunitions with this rifle, I have shot as low as 0.3. My average group has been about a 0.6, 0.7, okay, with match ammunition. I could sit here all day and cherry pick groups. I don't do that. What you see is what you get. These were the 4 shot groups that I shot between acclimation of the barrel. So this is what you can typically see out of this rifle. You know, 0.5 with really good ammunition, 0.7 with a little bit less, and for everyday backyard plinking ammunition, about 1.25 inches is what you can expect. The trainer rifles here in 2020, there's not been very good things come out of 2020, but there have been a lot of great rimfires come out in 2020. And the Bergara B14 trainer rifle has fit the bill. You guys have asked and you guys have requested this rifle on the channel. Here it is. I think it is an amazing setup. If you're looking for a trainer platform for your Remington 700 or a new match rifle, this would fit the bill. And it's less than half the cost of a Voodoo. So MSRP for this rifle is about $1,100. The Voodoo, of course, is about $2,600, $2,700. I can tell you this, that the Voodoo, in my opinion, is a little bit more consistent. My average groups on the Voodoo are probably about 0.4, 0.5, and this one's about 0.7, so 0.2 of an inch. And the Voodoo, in my opinion, has a little bit, I guess the bolt is a little bit smoother. This one's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's pretty good, but the Voodoo is a little bit smoother. 0.2 of an inch of a group at 100 yards and a little bit smoother bolt. Is it worth an extra $1,300 to you? I don't know. You have to make that decision. Guys, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions on this setup, put them in the comments below. Until next time, y'all be safe and keep plinking.